Hello, my name's Julian Edgar and I'm the author of the book Custom Air Suspension. Now if you've watched the other video that I've done on the book, you'll know that the book is aimed at people who want both ride and handling. It's not primarily aimed at people who just want to dump their car into the weeds, even though that might be a great pursuit to have. It's not really where the book is aimed. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about the advantages in being able to change ride height. No, not to dump it into the weeds, but for real ride and handling outcomes. My own car that I've fitted my own air suspension system to, I've got two ways in which the ride height can be adjusted. I've got an automatic adjustment of ride height that occurs with speed, and I've got a dashboard override knob where I can adjust the height to what I want it to be within certain constraints. So if I go to the lowest ride height, I'm not on the bump stops, I've still got clearance, still got suspension travel, and if I go to the highest ride height, the car's still quite drivable. So why would you want to lower the ride height in a road car? Well, one really good reason, and this is the reason that BMW and Audi and Mercedes and Tesla do it as well, is as you go faster, you can have the car automatically lower. A lower ride height at speed has two advantages. The first is that it handles better, lower centre of gravity. The second is that the car has less aerodynamic drag. Now, the drag is decreased because not only is the car slipperier when it's closer to the road, it's also got less frontal area as there's less exposed tyres facing into the oncoming airflow. So, lowering the car as you go faster has got distinct advantages. The other reason you might want to not lower the car but increase the ride height of the car is if you're on a bad road, and I do this. I'll turn the dashboard knob to lift the car if I'm on a really rough road. Why does that give me an advantage? Well, the first thing is you have more bump travel, and that's a real advantage on rough roads. And the second thing is if you set up the air suspension system well, it will also soften the springs. So you have more bump travel and softer springs, so of course you get better ride quality. So that's a real advantage with an air suspension car because you can just lift it. And I'm not necessarily talking about a lot, I'm talking about say 25 millimeters, 1 inch is enough to give a really discernible improvement in ride quality. The third reason that I change the ride height of my car on the go is if I'm coming to a steep driveway or I have to cross a gutter or something like that, even a big speed bump, in a car park or something of that sort, I'll increase the ride height just a little bit so I can negotiate that without scraping my under tray or without scraping the exhaust or anything of that sort. So in the real world, where you're after ride and handling, there are those 3 times when I adjust the ride height either automatically or manually. When I'm going faster, when I'm on poor roads, or when I'm going relatively slowly but I've got to go across a big bump or up a steep driveway or something like that. Air suspension has got such wonderful advantages that when you have it in your own car, you think, oh, why can't I adjust the ride height? That's what you think when you go back to a car that doesn't have that ability. It's very effective in terms of giving you the best ride, giving you the best handling, and best of all, as I describe in my book, it's well within the realm of the do-it-yourself modifier to be able to actually fit it to your own car. Don't worry about the general prevailing wisdom. Oh, air suspension. Oh, yes, that's just for people who want to dump their car into the weeds. It's got enormous advantages, and that's the reason why those mainstream high-level manufacturers use it. It can give you those advantages in both ride and handling. Have a look at the book. I think you'll find it very interesting. It's quite a short book. It covers the absolute essentials that you need to know if you're interested in fitting air suspension to your car. Thank you.